How to copy any n8n workflow in seconds, no coding required. In a world where automation is quickly becoming the backbone of digital productivity, platforms like n8n are changing the game. Now, n8n allows basically anyone, whether you're a tech-savvy developer or a complete beginner, to create powerful workflows that automate tasks between your favorite app and services. But here's the catch. Building these workflows from scratch can be very time-consuming, especially if you're just starting out. Now, what if you could skip the complexity and just copy a pre-made, fully functioning n8n workflow instantly, and obviously do all of that without needing a single line of code? Well, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you're exactly going to do that. You'll learn how to duplicate any n8n workflow, import it to your own workspace, and start using it within minutes. Let's go ahead and make automation easier for us. Now, before we jump in, we need to understand the power of the workflows. Now, it's important to understand what an n8n workflow actually is. Think of a workflow as a blueprint, a sequence of steps or nodes that basically defines all of your data and how it should flow between different services, just as this example here. So a workflow could automatically take new email subscribers from MailChimp and maybe add them to a Google Sheet. Or it could take form submissions from your website and trigger notifications in Slack. The best part? These workflows can be shared, cloned, and modified with ease. The beauty of n8n lies in its openness. It's an open source platform, which means the community is constantly creating and sharing useful workflows. Now, whether it's automation is for social media, email marketing, file management, or even cryptocurrency tracking, there's a good chance someone has already built what you need. So obviously, to get these templates, it's pretty simple. Now, where do you find n8n workflows to copy? If you're wondering where you can find these workflows, there are several places to look. First of all, n8n's official community forum and documentation are great resources. So you can go over to their forum directly from their website, or you can even go to their documentation, where you can find different types of forums and you can get different types of resources. Users will often share their workflows along with their downloadable JSON file. So let's say over here, I'm going to go ahead and write workflows. Okay, so you just write any workflow in that you want to go with. Now you go ahead and write in a workflow. And now, as you can see, there's different workflows that you can find over here, and you can simply go ahead and download any of these with their JSON or a JavaScript file. Okay, and the most wonderful part is that getting these resources directly from the source and directly from a website where it is generated on, I feel like that's not only time efficient, but also creates a lot of trust for you, because when you're going ahead and finding these for yourselves, you obviously want something pretty legitimate. Now you can also check GitHub. Okay, so we search up GitHub n8n workflow template. Okay, so you go ahead and search that up, and as you can see, you find different n8n repositories. So these are different repositories that you can actually check. So there's different of these: fixed Docker image build, migrate test workflows, revert path, and a whole lot more. So these are different workflows that you can actually get for yourself. And obviously, to get them, all you need to do is just go ahead and either copy the code, or you can simply download the repository for yourself. It's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Another underrated source is blog posts or tutorials. Many automation enthusiasts write detailed guides and include their workflow exports. Once you find a workflow that fits your needs, copying it into your own workspace is surprisingly easy, and I'll show you exactly how. So how do you copy it? So let's say you found a workflow for yourself, okay? And the creator has provided a JSON or the raw JSON code. Now here's what you're gonna do next. You're gonna go over to your n8n workflow, okay? And what you're gonna do is obviously you're gonna sign in with your account to get straight into it, okay? And once you sign in, there is going to be a plus button for new workflow on your homepage, okay? And what you can basically do is start fresh. You're going to look for the import option. It usually appears as a button that says import from file or import from clipboard. And if you have the JSON saved as a file, you can upload it directly. The moment you hit import, something magical will happen. Within seconds, the entire workflow appears on your screen, complete with all its nodes, connections, and configurations. You've just copied someone's automation, no coding required, and now you can customize it, swap out credentials, or tweak it to better fit your setup. It's a massive time saver and a brilliant way to learn by reverse engineering. Now, once you obviously added your workflow appropriately, you can go ahead and check its configurations from the forums or the repositories you've taken it off of. Don't rush to activate the workflow just yet. Take a moment to go through each node for yourself, check for different placeholders or missing datas. If the workflow uses, it's different set credentials for assets, for example, like let's say to connect to Google Sheets, Slack, or Gmail, you'll need to provide your own authentication details. N8n makes this super intuitive with a credential manager, so you can go ahead and securely link all those settings with environment-specific settings for yourself accordingly. Now, these will need to be updated to reflect your use case. It is worth noting that while the copying process is going to be instant with N8n, configuring the workflow ensures it runs smoothly and does what you actually need it to do. You might also want to add a few tweaks, maybe change the output format, add error handling, or include new nodes for yourself to extend the workflow's functionality. So the point is, you're not limited by the original template. Think of it as a starting point for something you can fully make on your own. Now, moving on, as with anything on the internet, there are a few precautions that you should keep in mind. Only import workflows from trusted sources. That's why I told you about GitHub repositories, then you have the n8n forum or the n8n docs, okay? These are the trusted sources that I have only found up till now, and I feel like these are the best ones to actually choose off of, because malicious actors could hide harmful logic inside a workflow, like stealing your data or abusing your API keys. Always inspect the workflow before activating it. And another tip is to organize your workflows with proper naming conventions and notes inside each node. This makes it much easier to understand what's going on, especially if you come back to it after a few weeks. And finally, if you plan to reuse the workflow across multiple projects, consider exporting your modified version and saving it securely. Now that way you can recreate it later without actually having to start over. So there you have it. A simple no-code method to copy any n8n workflow in seconds. Now, whether you're automating emails, syncing spreadsheets, or building custom dashboards, copying workflows can give you a head start and save hours of setup. It's a great way to learn the ins and outs of automation while actually doing meaningful work. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do make sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more practical walkthroughs like this. Drop a comment below and let me know which workflow you're planning to copy, or if you have one you'd recommend others try. So that is pretty much all there is for this video. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the foreseeable future, do let me know down in the comments below and I'll be making a whole lot more for you. And also do make sure to share this video around with your friends and family or anyone in need of this video, because that truly helps me out. So yeah, that is pretty much all there is. Again, drop down a like, subscribe to the channel, share this video around, and I'll be seeing all of you in the very next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.